Hello everyone out there. Thanks for joining us on our Carson, Colorado Railway YouTube channel. We have been laying low for some time, and this is largely due to the preparations for the event on Saturday, April 12th, as well as due to our recovery from it. Putting on such events does take many hands, and our volunteer team certainly had its hands full leading up to this event. Stick around, I'll go into a few details. And yes, please remember, the Carson, Colorado is an all-volunteer organization, and the majority of us still have full-time jobs and kids or grandkids. All of that makes this event and its success even so much more meaningful to us and to all of you who support us. So thank you, big thank you.
How's it going there, Corolla?
Are you happy, Mr. President?
I'm happy.
When you look at events like this, those events really are a great reality check for a non-profit organization like ours. The events highlight and communicate to the public what the mission is about, and depending on how the public participate, it also shows us how our work resonates with the public. So we were a little sweating because we had set the event date relatively early when no event was on the schedule. As the time was drawing closer, all of a sudden events popped up. Since we didn't have an RSVP, right, we had no idea what to expect. So ultimately, our preparation and our mission, the restoration, preservation, and operation of the Southern Pacific Narrow Gauge locomotive SP-18 as a living and operating reminder of the proud history, railroading history of independence and Southern Inyo County. This mission really seems to resonate with many of our local residents as well as visitors who came from relatively afar. So it was really great to see that over the weekend. Per my estimate, I would say we had about 250 to 300 attendees checking out our beauty, the Slim Princess 18. Best of all, we had more than 30 kids check her out and also used the opportunity to paint their very own little toy locomotive. And this is really important to us because we want to make sure that this legacy of Owens Valley Railroading keeps living on and keeps on exciting the minds of future engineers. And we actually had one future engineer come in, a girl. She really wants to get her hands dirty. Isn't that great? One of the other things that really tickled me a little bit when a couple of you attendees came up and said, "Oh, I know that voice." This was reassuring for me to hear, truly, since creating and posting those videos and putting them into the space of electrons sometimes feels disconnected. Thank you for watching the videos, and even more, thank you for coming to the event and letting me know that you are watching them. This really means a lot. Coming back to the all hands on deck, the Injector had been giving trouble ever since we put the locomotive back together after the stayboat inspection, which was a lengthy ordeal. We documented in several of the videos, and I'll link some of those in the description if you haven't watched them yet. As you may know from the prior videos, we had the engine running, but we also had the trouble injector. Volunteers made extra trips to Independence prior to the event to ensure the engine would be working spectacularly and most of all safely. They replaced the trouble injector with one of our spare injectors and then identified another air leak in the plumbing along the way. The spare injector began to work but then ultimately would break. we needed Jimmy Booth, our train master, who in discussions had asked if we had gotten the replacement hose clamps in, and if we had checked those and installed those yet. Well, they had come in, but were forgotten, thus not installed. Dave and Charlie changed the hose clamps, installed the correct clamps that had been ordered back in January. A really big thanks goes to our train master Jimmy for this subtle reminder to step back, think, and review, rather than racing deep into the weeds. So by Friday, our princess was happily steaming, churning boiling water, humming up and down the track, and whistling nostalgic Owens Valley railroading sounds into the perfect blue sky. Friday started at a relaxed pace. Saturday was again an all hands on deck. After safety briefing in the morning, we had perfect weather and perfect attendance. We sold out of all our short sleeve t-shirts and made a pretty good dent into the other stuff as well. Big thanks goes to everyone who was donating this weekend. Of course, donations are accepted at any time via our website, thecarsoncolorado.com. Saturday concluded with a dinner party, which was a collaboration with the Pause Independence group. Check out the link in the description. And with, guess what? Video entertainment, of course, as well as, and I am twisting my tongue every time I'm trying to say this, Trash Can Tri-Tip Barbecue. We had raffles going, we had storytelling, and best of all, railroading camaraderie. We hope you all enjoyed this. Sunday had a surprise for all of us. That was wind came up. Wind is really not a surprise in Owens Valley. It just was a surprise that it would happen for us on that Sunday. Owens Valley winds are really frequent and common, do have heavy gusts at times. In agreement with the fire department, we decided to not fire up the engine, and we post that change on our Facebook site. That put a dent in our visitors, but visitors were still to come. All in all, this event was really a splendid success. The attendance and the feedback do verify that our Carson, Colorado Railway nonprofit and its mission is on the right track and is hidden enough in our community, meaning our local community as well as the railroading community from close and afar. Let us know in the comments if you were present, what you liked about the event and what you think we can improve. For instance, we were really surprised at what the kids' activities turned out. Painting the locomotive. That was the hit for the little ones. Although I should not forget the drawing and coloring contest. Check out those couple of pictures that I'm showing here. Thank you everyone who came and everyone who's watching. In case you miss this event or want to come again and see her steam, hear her sounds alive, we have another event coming up. Mark your calendars for the 4th of July weekend. Imagine Independence Day in Independence, California. Picturesque Eastern Sierra. Just gorgeous weather. What could be better? A link to the past year's events will pop up at the end screen, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. On top, we are planning to have our Slim Princess themed up and running on Saturday, July 5th. Of course, pending fire hazards condition. 4th of July weekend will be so much fun. Come and join us in the celebration of independence, freedom, and the spirit of railroading pioneering in Owens Valley. We hope you can join us. Thanks for watching. and enjoy the last couple of seconds of just impressions from the event.